Hey guys, Viking Princess here. I have set up an experiment where I am evaluating the top 8 fitness games for VR headsets, and we are matching them up against each other as well as against just regular gaming and regular workouts. So if you are interested in knowing which game is going to give you the best workout as well as the most fun this year, you better stay tuned. All right, I'm going to start by breaking down these 8 games. The first one we're going to get to is the one that came out worst, in my opinion, and that is Hot Squat 2. Okay, so listening to this, the name of the game, it's actually called Hot Squat 2 New Glory. I had to just get it because it sounded hilarious. Hot Squat 2 is pretty much you walk into a gym. You can choose between cardio and squat function. And then there's also an arcade mode. Those are really the only modes that I looked into. Then you can set your gym if you want a bright, airy, if you want a Victorian style, and you can also change your soundtrack. And once you have made your selections, you walk into the gym and start playing the game. Now, the game will measure your height, and the entire time you're playing this game, it is very important that you have your hands in front of you, or you'll keep getting these error messages. If you are playing squats, you will start having walls of a cutout shape come towards you, and your job is to squat and fit into that shape. From all I can tell, there are at least 3 runs. So the first one is a little easy and you get a little break. Second one speeds it up a little bit and makes you hold the squats a little longer. And then the third, from what I could tell, never stop. On your hand, if you're looking down on your right hand, you can see how many squats you have done. And to be honest, I got to 200 and I just stopped because it was starting to get a little ridiculous. These squats are quite deep, and so definitely not for a beginner thing. So obviously, my heart rate didn't get up that high during this. My legs could definitely feel it, but as a personal trainer, I would never recommend someone to just do a million squats just for the fun of it. Unless you just really like to know if you can do more squats than your neighbor, because, you know, I get that. The second mode that was on that we tried out was cardio. Cardio is pretty much the exact same thing. Instead of the walls being shaped as a squat, they're just shaped as doors and they bounce side to side. So you're pretty much just stuck doing lateral skaters for a while. And I found that a lot of times I actually had to shuffle quite a bit. Not super interesting. There's absolutely no variety. It got boring pretty quick. The arcade mode I was hoping was going to be a bit of a combination of things. It is not. It is a squat mode, and you just get points, and they keep popping up on your screen, and that's the only thing I could figure out about it. It's still just doing squats over and over and over again. So, yeah. I mean, it's a cheap game, $6 US. Was it fun? Sure. Can you have some bragging rights with this game? Definitely. Little disappointed in the different atmospheres. Like, there looks like you have 4 different gyms to choose from, as well as 4 different soundtracks. But when I chose the different ones, they came out to be pretty much exactly the same. But again, it's a cheaper game, so I wouldn't expect too much in sense of overall production. I didn't play it for the hour, full disclosure. I am not going to do squats for an hour. I'm sorry. That's just not going to happen. During the time I did play it, I had an average heart rate of about 65, which is pretty much my heart rate, like my walking heart rate. Did get up to about 110, 111 during the end of those squats. Same thing with the side shuffles. Nothing to really work up a sweat. If we do use those numbers though and pretended that we dragged it out over an hour, we are ending up with 180 calories for 1 hour of work, which breaks down to 3 calories per minute. So keep that number in mind. We are going to use that as we move over to our next game. All right, the next game I am going to bring up is Pistol Whip. Pistol Whip has been a big favorite among VR gamers for a long time, and for a really good reason. It is a beat-based shooter. So in the game, you are standing on a track. You're generally standing still. You're getting glided through different environments with different tracks, and different enemies with different armor pop up, and you have to shoot them without getting shot yourself. A lot of dodging bullets, a lot of squats, a lot of side waves, dodging beams. I played it through on hard. I've only played the game for about half an hour before I set up to do this experiment, so hard was kind of where I was at. However, after half an hour, I did notice that my heart rate wasn't going up as much as I wanted to, so I did change it to extreme, making sure that I had no fail on so that I could play through all the levels without being cut, interrupted, and started over again. It definitely got pretty chaotic, but I had a lot of fun with it. And I did get my heart rate up a little higher on the second half. For me, when I play pistol whip, I stand very static. I kind of anchor my feet and use that to squat and lean side to side. But it is a game that you can definitely move around and dance more with it if you get comfortable with everything happening. For this test, I only played arcade mode, but in the past, I have played the campaign, which takes you through a little video. Takes about half an hour to play. And I found that I was drenched in sweat after 10 minutes of playing it, and that it got pretty intense. This game, heart rate-wise, came in 7th place through the 8 games that I tested. However, I did find it to be one of the more fun games. I absolutely love this one. The game also have a really, really good soundtrack. It looks pretty. I have blast shooting with things. Blast shooting. I'm funny. And the gun mechanisms are really easy to handle. I would also recommend that if you are using it to do the double wheeler. Otherwise, you're just stuck with your right hand and only shooting with your right. After playing pistol whip for an hour, I had an average heart rate of 124 beats per minute with a peak of 154 beats per minute. That breaks down to 337 calories, which means 5.62 calories per minute. So we are moving up quite a bit from our hot squat. The next game I want to talk about also stands out from the rest of the bunch in the way that it is set up. It's called Creed Rise to Glory, and it is a boxing game. In the game, you play Creed, who is a novice boxer that's just getting started. You're walking into the gym, you meet your coach for the first time, and he starts training you. Now, you can walk around in the gym and practice the different elements if you want, or you can go straight into taking your fitness test, which then takes you into a fight. There is a bit of a story to this, and there's definitely that drive of building your character's career and moving up in the ranks. This is one of the games that I really appreciated playing it. I don't know if I'll jump into it just because the boxing match itself to me was a little intimidating, but it was a game that my boyfriend absolutely loves and one of the reasons he wanted to get into VR gaming. The graphics was cool. I love looking down at your avatar in game, checking out those hard abs, and the fights were not too bad. I did get only into my first championship, and taking down the first guy was pretty fun. I did really enjoy it. If you are playing it, I do recommend that you use the different training elements around in the gym, because when you go to do your fitness test with your trainer, if you don't do well, you will score low in stamina, and that's gonna be quite hurtful for you when you're moving into your next fight. The reason this game didn't score higher up is because you're going through the storylines, you're kind of going through highs and low in heart rate. So when I'm measuring the overall for an hour, it ended up a little lower. Over the hour, I had an average heart rate of 118 beats per minute with the high of 125, leading to 344 calories burned, which is 5.73 calories per minute, just slightly above pistol whip. All right, in 5th place, we find Synth Riders. Synth Rider is another really, really popular rhythm-based game, and I have to say this game is gorgeous. It also has one of the best soundtracks from all of the games I tested. It is very smooth, and graphically, it looks beautiful. Mainly, your hands are 2 balls, and you gotta hit different objects that are coming towards you, or ride the wave. It does follow the songs and the lyrics and the beats quite well. And again, you can stand pretty solid with your legs, so you don't have to move around a lot. Really nice with these games that you don't have to jump around is that they don't require a lot of space, and it's really easy to get set up almost anywhere in your home. There are also really few fitness dangers with this game. I mean, you are squatting, but because you're not running around moving your feet too much, it is possible to just set yourself up in a nice solid position and easily do safe squats. I do have to say that it was my least favorite of all of the rhythm games, just because I found it a little too chill, I guess. I just didn't get any big wow from it personally, but I know a lot of my friends really love it. So again, that's just coming down to preference. Over an hour of playing this game, I had an average heart rate of 124 beats per minute with a peak of 160. This leads to 345 calories burned over the hour, which is 5.75 calories per minute. All right, in 4th place, we're halfway now. We have O-Shape. O-Shape is a game that I haven't tried before during this review. And oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. You might have seen these old game shows where these walls come toward you and you have to like fit inside it. If not, you get knocked into a pool of goo. That's this game. O-shape is a shape that comes towards you. You got to fit into it. It is another rhythm game, so it is based on the songs and the soundtrack comes with it, but it has a great variety of different songs, and I really enjoyed them. Like, I thought it was a really good quality of all of the music. And from what I have seen, you can also add modded songs, which means that you can upload your own songs and personalize it a little bit more that way. This game does require a little bit more space than some of the previous games, just because you have some lateral movements, but there is a way to set it up as working in a small room. When playing this game, I played it all on normal. I did try 1 or 2 hard at the end just to kind of see what it was like, but normal was where I was at right now, seeing I've never played the game before. It's definitely one of those games where the more you play it, the better you will get because of the arm movements and you get used to the placement, etc. Oh, my arms are sore. I've been doing a lot of these games over the last week. There are very few safety concerns with this game just because you are seeing things coming towards you and you do have time to set up your squats, holding the squats, and preparing for what's coming towards you. Playing this game for 1 hour gave me an average heart rate of 128 beats per minute, peaking at 168 beats per minute, leading to a total of 353 calories burned over the hour, which is 5.88 kilocalories per minute. So stepping it up a little bit from our previous 3 games, but we're still in about the same ballpark. Okay, now that we are halfway through this evaluation, I want to bring up our controls. So first things first, let's see what we do just playing regular computer games. I set myself up playing PUBG, which is the game that I normally play on my computer, sitting still for 1 hour. It definitely is a game that has a couple of intense moments if you're getting into fights, but my heart rate never really went up, based my resting heart rate. Over the hour, I had an average heart rate of 74 beats per minute. I did get up to a high of 120 at some point. I have no idea why. It just seemed really random in the middle of there, but it happened, which means that I burned a total of 62 calories over the hour, which is 1.03 kilocalories per minute. But what about just playing regular VR games? So I did put up my headset and played one of my favorite games that I wouldn't necessarily consider a fitness game, but it does make you move around a little bit. And I played Super Hot. Turns out that I cleared the whole game. So I went in to do some speed runs, but my heart rate did go up quite a bit. And I felt like that defeated the whole purpose. So instead, exited the game, also went into Google Earth and walked around and visited some of my hometown in Norway and kind of stuff like that. But the whole point of this control was just to be on my feet versus sitting. Over the 1 hour of playing a non-exertive VR game, I had an average heart rate of 88 beats per minute, peaking at 144 beats per minute, which leads to 145 calories burned, which is, again, 2.42 kilocalories per minute. So we're over double that of sitting in the chair. All right, we are going to be moving on to our third place game. We have in third, Powerbeats VR. Now, Powerbeats VR is again another rhythm game, but this game does focus on fitness. The concept is very similar to our other rhythm games. You are selecting your soundtrack, you're selecting your background, and then you step in and just try and punch balls coming towards you and dodge obstacles. This game is probably the game of all of these that require the most space. There's a lot of big jumps laterally. And when you're looking at the settings, yes, you can change things like your player height and the space that you are in, but there's no way of making it smaller than a 2x2 meter. So keep that in mind. There's no need to put in a no fail because there is a no fail already built in, considering this is a workout game and not necessarily an achievement point game. Out of all of the games, I would say this game has the worst soundtrack. There's not a lot of songs, and some of the vocals are yeah, no. The obstacles also come at you incredibly fast. I would also say that there is a lot of danger with this game and how much you have to move and stretch and reach and in how little time you have to do it. Because you don't have time to really think about your form and your squat and you're just jumping and running and trying to catch those blocks and just not get hit. It is ranked 3 just because of the heart rate and how it's coming in and the fitness aspect of the game. But I would rank it quite far down there next to Hot Squat as a game that I would never play again, probably. For the price point, I would expect a lot more. It has a lot of potential. There's some really cool things happening, but when you're going to set up, it doesn't even ask you about your height, which should be very important. A lot of the other games, that's the first thing. You walk in, they calibrate it for you. This is a fitness game. There's no option of selecting a workout class. You have to set it all up yourself. Now, you have to do that with the other rhythm games as well, but those are being sold as rhythm games. This is being sold as a fitness game, and it is not giving you a workout. You still have to plan it and set it up yourself. The other thing about this game is that there's a beginner. In my trial, I did a beginner song at the very beginning as a little warm-up, and I did one at the end as a cool down. Then I did advanced for the rest. There is an expert mode. I haven't dared open it because advanced is already so fast and so crazy. I'm terrified of what expert would look like, and I honestly, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. The game is very successful in raising your heart rate. It uses levels a lot. Yeah, it has things going for it, but it needs a lot more before it becomes something that I would recommend using as a regular workout. Over the course of the hour, my average heart rate was 134 with a peak of 178. I burned 397 kilocalories, which is 6.62 kilocalories per minute. So we have now jumped quite a bit from our last game. In second place, Beat Saber. Okay, Beat Saber is the OG of VR games, is the reason I got into VR. This is the game that I have the most experience in amongst all of the ones that I've tested. So I did play it at hard to expert most of the time, just to make sure that I got a good workout. This game does require a little bit more space than some of the other games, but it's not bad at all. As long as you can kind of reach all your arms out to the side and move a little bit, you should be good. There is, however, a few safety concerns about this game because obstacles can come towards you fairly quickly and it's very easy to get out of proper form, especially if you want to do squats. However, I have figured out with this game is that instead of squatting, I often take one knee or even just bend my head forward because that's how it measures you. It measures your headset. As long as your headset don't run into the block, you're fine. So there is ways to move around it just to try and stay safe. Soundtrack on this game, I will give a 10 out of 10, mainly because there are 3 really good soundtracks that come with the game. You can buy DLCs and extra sound packs, and there's also a really good online community that creates modded content, and it's really easy to import these songs and maps onto your game. So really, you can play along to any song that you like. That's why I would give this one the highest score of today when it comes to soundtrack. It also gets like a 10 out of 10 out of gameplay style, just because it is a game that you could actually take to the pro level, and it has a pro scene in it. Fun factor, that's why I do VR. This game is fantastic. It is my favorite. I love putting it on. I can easily go for 3 hours. It is scored number 2 today because of our heart rate. Over 1 hour of playing Beat Saber, I have an average heart rate of 139 beats per minute with a high of 171. Because my average heart rate stayed higher throughout the game, I ended up burning 416 kilocalories, which is 6.93 kilocalories per minute. All right, we are off to number 1. Number 1 fitness VR game for 2021 is Box VR. All right, Box VR was made as a fitness game. This is a fitness class in a VR. There is a game ability and a play ability to it in that there is streaks. There is a big thing next to you when you're playing it that lets you know how many hits you have made without a fault. Soundtrack was also really good. Through my time of playing it, I never felt that anything got repetitive. There's not really any lyrics. It's just really good motivating music that fits with the movements. The game is a boxing game, and you are changing your stance with alternating lead leg, which is great. It does a really good job of making sure that you catch when you need to change. And then, of course, that just leads to a better unilateral workout. It uses normal boxing movements like a uppercut, jab, cross, and hook. So if you are not familiar with those hits, I recommend that you become familiar with them before jumping in and playing this game. There might have been a tutorial. I didn't really look. I kind of just went straight into play. There is a safety concern with this game, especially if you're playing on a surface kind of like I'm playing on carpet. It's really easy for your feet and everything to get stuck in twists. when you're doing those hooks, uppercuts and hooks. And you really want to make sure that you know how to work with your hip and your core muscle, so that you don't get any twisting of the knee. That being said, the workout is intense. You get in, you're immediately in a gym. It is beautiful. And you get to choose between different workouts. There's no like arcade or anything. There's a daily workout each day. I've noticed that there are 1-hour workouts, and there's also 30-minute workouts, or you can go into a standard fitness class, and there are different levels, beginners and just trying it out, like a 4-minute workout, 5-minute workout, 10-minute workout. You can really find anything that you need in there. I went straight for the 1-hour workout of the day, and that's what I tried out. And I was drenched. My whole upper body was like sore the next day. I haven't used my muscle like that for a long time, but in a good way. I really enjoyed it. Definitely can see myself doing that again. Over the course of 1 hour, my average heart rate was 149 beats per minute, peaking at 180 beats per minute, leading to 543 calories burned over the hour, which is 9.05 calories a minute. That's a lot. Definitely a killer workout. I would like to think I'm a fairly fit person, and I went as hard as I could to get a good workout, but this game really challenged me and my fitness level, and I really enjoyed it. If you're looking for a best game to get in shape and to get your workout, this is it. But again, the whole goal is that you find a way that you are comfortable with working out and having fun. Okay, the final control I want to bring up, does these games hold up to an actual workout? So since a lot of these games are based on boxing movements, I did 1 hour of one of my favorite fitness classes. You might have tried it yourself if you're someone that goes to gyms, but I did 1 hour of Les Mills Body Combat. It is a fitness class based on all kinds of martial arts, including Tai Chi, kickboxing, boxing, Taekwondo, and so on. Over that hour, I had an average heart rate of 134 beats per minute with a peak of 158, burning 384 kilocalories, which is 6.4 kilocalories per minute, putting it right there in the middle of all of the games that I have just reviewed. So yes, these games definitely hold up to a normal fitness class, and you can definitely use them as a cardio and toning kind of workout. Now, at the end, I just want to give you a couple of more tips. I play with a Oculus 2 headset. If you're using a headset and you're going to be doing a lot of workouts, I definitely recommend that you get a different insert than the ones that they come with. This is a foam insert. This gets drenched, and then you get sweat on the inside, and it's just unpleasant. You can get ones that are silicone that are much easier to clean. I've also ordered a other headset or headband inside, just to add a little bit more padding. I find that it can get a little tight on the head with all the moving around, and then it starts moving, and once I tighten it, I start to get a little bit of a headache. So getting another like head protector is going to be really nice. All right, that was our review. I am going to list the games again right here in order based on heart rate, based on my performance in the games. This is definitely subjective, but I hope that some of my comments have made it easier for you to decide whether or not you are interested in testing out a game and whether or not VR fitness might be something for you. I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Have you tried any of these games? And if so, which one is your favorite? And did I miss something? Is there a game that you think should be on here that is not? If so, post it down below so I can go and check it out. As always, if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe with a little notification so you get notified when our next video is out. I got something really special planned for the next week. Can't wait to see you then.